Aloha Stadium coach, Aaron Brown, had a heck of a first half.
Aaron Brown, 4 tackles, 3 for loss, an interception, and a fumble recovery. Also, Art Laurel defensively, 2 tackles, a forced fumble, and quarterback hurry. And Torres on that beautiful tackle. And offensively, what else can you say? Brian Moniz with 2 touchdowns on the ground and 2 touchdown passes. 4 touchdowns accounted for, doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, first touchdown pass to Justin Clapp, second one right there to Maya Ostrowski. And then the pretty handshake.
I love that.
That took some practice time. It's 28-7. Gary Anderson and company talking Utah State. Can they get their team to respond? They're going to have to use a new quarterback because of the injuries to their quarterback. A couple of injuries of note, even for Greg McMackin and company on the Hawaii sideline. We got an injury update with our Rob DeMello.
That's right, Robert. When the Warriors run out on offense, they will be without 3 starters. Justin Clapp, slot back with a chest injury. Royce Pollard's left leg, he will not return. And Clayton Laurel, the starting left tackle, with a sore left wrist. He came out in a sling. So 3 starters that started this game for the University of Hawaii will not play in the second half, according to head coach Greg McMackin.
That's a lot of injuries. Thank you, Rob. The opening kickoff to the second half, Mike Edwards, from near the goal line, gets across the 20, near the 30-yard line, and then brought down. Brian Moniz will take over for the offense. 16 of 25, 145 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Moniz also 32 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. So again, 2 starters out on offense. Royce Pollard and Justin Clapp making 3 starters, check that. And the starting left tackle in Clayton Laurel.
So Jordan Loeffler, number 59, 6'5", 315, a freshman, is going to really have to step up his game here in the second half, protecting the blind side of quarterback Brian Moniz.
An offensive line, that's the one position this entire football team they can ill afford to lose a player to injury. And that's a play that nobody knew was coming, especially the intended receiver in Maya Ostrowski. Moniz threw a pass to him in that wide side flat area.
Miscommunication.
Wow.
Ostrowski was not expecting the ball at all. Kind of a play action. And Ostrowski looked like he was getting ready to block. And surprisingly, the ball came to him. So some miscommunication here to open up the second half.
That was borderline close to being almost a pass. That was lateral. Creates second down and 10. Warriors starting the second half on the 30-yard line. Moniz complete to Davis across the 40, and then dumped out of bounds by Robertson after a gain of 12.
And Davis, we talked about him, not a big guy, only 170 pounds, and Robertson kind of picks him up and kind of body slams him a little.
Little WWE. Warriors started this game, their first 2 possessions, gave it up on downs, ended that first half with 4 consecutive possessions getting into the end zone. First and 10 on the 42. Iosefa up the gut, picked up with maybe 3 yards. Iosefa 7 carries, 38 yards in the first half.
And Hawaii with a 28-7 lead, you're going to expect to see a lot of Iosefa and Sterling Jackson here in the second half.
The 17 first downs in that opening half. That's a big number for the Warriors offensively. Combined 14 penalties between these 2 teams for 125 yards. Now 2nd and 8. Ball marked inside the 44-yard line. Moniz gets a block from Iosefa right side. Intended receiver incomplete was Maya Ostrowski. That looked like chaos from the snap. I think I saw Moniz look left side to almost play action for Iosefa, who had gone right side.
And then a ball thrown just outside of the reach of Ostrowski. But, you know, I think running the ball in the second half is going to be key for the Warriors. Moniz averaging 8 yards a carry in the first half. Iosefa and Jackson both averaging 5.3 yards per carry in the first half.
Third down decent amount of time. Complete to Stutzman. Being Ray knocked out of bounds by Terrence Alston. The pickup of 12 yards.
And Moniz taken to the ground.
Notice how he starts, Moniz. A lot of games by throwing high. As the game goes along, he starts to stick it on a beeline into their gut.
Once he takes a while to get into a rhythm, but once he gets his rhythm, he's a rhythm quarterback. He can be real dangerous.
At the 44 now, 1st and 10. To get to Iosefa to the left side hash mark, breaks a couple of would-be tackle attempts and gets another first down for the Warriors. That's a pickup of 12. First down number 20 for Hawaii's offense.
And Brady McCabe, number 36, does the right thing. This is how you bring him down. You attack his feet, attack below the knees, because those big thighs, those Earl Campbell, Robert Newhouse type of thighs, is going to be tough to wrap your arms around.
That's 52 yards rushing in this game for Iosefa. And the 80s references continue. That's Sterling Jackson this time. In for Iosefa. Busted a tackle near the 15. Knocked out of bounds. A pickup of 16 yards. So we got Urkel. We got Robert Newhouse. We got a lot of different things going on. And Sterling Jackson, the Ace Hardware hard hit. That's big time. But who do you give it to? The offense or defense to deliver the blow?
I'm giving it to the offense for delivering the shot at the end.
The 1st and 10, 16-yard line. Sterling Jackson in again. As running back. Moniz, look to the corner of the end zone. We had 2 receivers. Charles Clay, Maya Ostrowski. Pretty much in the same ballpark. That right side corner of the end zone.
Well, that's the 3rd time tonight we've seen a pass play where there's seemingly some miscommunication where you have 2 receivers ending up in the same spot.
16 is Tavares McMillan for Utah State. Initially, that's what Hawaii coaches will love. 59 is in for your injured starter, Clayton Laurel.
Tavares McMillan, 6'2", 227, getting bounced around.
A penalty flag flying in the backfield for Hawaii. A run by Sterling Jackson. Picked up maybe 3 yards.
But getting back to that offensive line play by Loeffler and company.
Holding. Offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Well, you don't like to see the holding, but the aggression that they showed on that previous play, you gotta love that aggression. I mean, you know, as an offensive lineman, you set the tone. You're the big dogs. You guys are the one that kind of cement the reputation of that offensive team. You're going to come out and you're going to whip somebody and do it with a bad attitude.
Yeah, it was McMillan being bounced around between Loeffler and Andrew Fa'auna, who got called there for holding the play right after. Punishment. 7th and 20, 26-yard line. It's a good block by Iosefa, right side, completes to Maya Ostrowski, going out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
And we have yet to see a fully healthy Maya Ostrowski this season. The opening game, he looked like he was healthy, but you can see what he does. Such great hands and sweet feet. Yeah, man, the guy is such a, he's not just a safety valve. He can run after the catch. He's sure-handed. He's a guy that always finds the open spot in the defense. Smart, athletic, and tough.
It creates a 3rd and 12 situation. The 8-yard catch by Ostrowski. Moniz. Pocket breakdown round him and no place to go. He had no place to bounce outside. Now here's what's not going to sit pretty. It's a 3-man front. Put the pressure on Hawaii's offense. And that's the 29th sack surrendered by the Warriors this season.
And the first tonight, and there was number 57, Havea Lasike, 6'1", 305.
A lot of Polynesian names here for Utah State. So on 4th down at 14 from the 20, we're going to call upon Tyler Haddon, attempting a field goal of 38 yards, and that is no good. Tyler Haddon, as a field goal kicker, is now 4 of 8 after that miss. 9:56 left in the third quarter. Still 28-7. Warriors lead the Aggies. This is University of Hawaii football on OC Sports.
Perfect gift for any occasion at Big Island Candies. Click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
Back in Aloha Stadium, Robert Kikaula and Dan Hernandez upstairs. Lori Santi, Rob DeMello on the field turf here at Aloha Stadium on broadcasting. 28-7, Warriors lead the Aggies. 9:56 left in the third quarter. Adam Kennedy in at quarterback for injured Chucky Eaton. And Adam Kennedy completes his first attempted pass to Matt Austin. That's 25 yards.
Well, Adam Kennedy at 6'5" is more adept at pocket passing. Very different kind of quarterback than Chucky Keaton, who's more of a play-action, run-around guy. Kennedy, I mean, when you're down by 3 touchdowns, he's the pocket passer that gives you a chance.
The Kennedy fake give to Turbin, standing in the pocket. Buy some time now, rolling right side, couple of pump fakes, and it's quite obvious. It's a different type of quarterback than Keaton. Keaton excelled when he got outside the pocket.
Kennedy at 6'5", just a tall, strong-armed quarterback. Classically built quarterback. 6'5", 218.
Much more polished pocket presence. Kennedy this time to Robert Turbin. And Turbin could go. The 20, the 10. He will not be caught. That's a 48-yard touchdown for Robert Turbin.
Just like that, Robert Turbin suddenly has 81 yards rushing. We talked about Turbin in the opening, what a tough player he is, leading the WAC in rushing. You just give him a little crease and he is going to take it to the house.
He had a pulling offensive lineman step into the hole and just needed that one block to get to the next level. Now the extra point makes it 28-14 after rumbling Robert with a 48-yard touchdown. This is University of Hawaii football on OC Sports. Back live at Aloha Stadium, 3 plays, 79 yards. The big 48-yard touchdown by Utah State running back Robert Turbin. His 13th rushing touchdown of the season. Coach, that's not a happy coach.
Not at all. A 3-touchdown lead, and they come back and they run an inside trap and pretty much untouched up the gut. Suddenly he has 10 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown. Turbin does.
The kickoff here, Mike Edwards received at the 2-yard line. Mike Edwards across the 30. Mike Edwards stopped. Warriors will take over on offense. You cannot ask for a much better start for Utah State on offense when you've got your backup quarterback in Adam Kennedy replacing Chucky Keaton, who got hurt in that first half. His only snap in the first half was to kill the clock and take a knee. That's his first series. Aggies on offense in that first half. They started interception, touchdown, 3 downs and out, 3 downs and out, punt again, and then a fumble. You can't ask for much more than to start your second half and march down the field with a big touchdown run. On first down, that's a give to a run play with Iosefa. Very little pickup, just barely across the line of scrimmage. Maybe 2 yards.
The Warriors can't afford to get all conservative here. And even though they've had injuries at the receiver position and at the offensive line position, they're going to have to continue to do what they do best, which is throw the ball and run effectively with that 1-2 punch.
2nd and 8. Utah State brings an outside linebacker. Moniz goes the opposite side and connects with Maya Ostrowski. A couple of yards after the catch and first down Warriors.
And here's where guys like Stutzman and Ostrowski is going to really have, they're going to really have to step it up here in the second half. But there were two original starters on offense at the receiver position, so they're going to have to carry the load with Pollard out, with Clapp dinged. Those two guys are going to have to really have a big second half.
So with the injury to Clapp, Corey Packelbar is now at slot back. Your outside receivers, Trevor Davis, and now Billy Ray Stutzman to the wide side. Moniz pressured out of the pocket, just across the line of scrimmage. Moniz across the 40-yard line, and then out of bounds after picking up yet another first down, number 24, after a 16-yard gain.
Moniz, again, we talked about his prolific running ability, especially here at Aloha Stadium. This season, 94 rush yards averaging per game. If once you minus the sack yardage, and look at this guy. I mean, he is just, he turns into not just a scrambler, but into a running back. I mean, he's a runner with the ball in his hands.
That type of make you miss ability is often found in your pure option quarterbacks, but when he's in run and shoot, at that time, they're running. Iosefa breaks the tackle at the second level across the 20 to the 10 to the 7-yard line. That's hard yards early, and then to the outside, a gain of 31.
Big Joey Iosefa. I mean, you got, once you got this train unhooked, it's over.
That's now 85 yards rushing for Iosefa compared to 81 for Robert Turbin. That's big moving running backs in this football game. Both teams. First and goal from the 8-yard line. Moniz to Packelbar. Knocked out at the 6-yard line. I think it's a terrible spot.
Packelbar saw some action in the UC Davis game. Now forced onto the field because of all these injuries.
Only 3 receptions coming into this game. He's 5'7" listed on paper. He's not. At 170 pounds.
He may be that.
The second and goal now at the 7-yard line. Moniz bounced outside, pushed out of the pocket, rolling right side, gets rid of the football. Now the receiver in the area. That's a good decision.
That's a senior leader at quarterback making a good decision. You know, in the run and shoot, if you throw an incomplete, that's not a big deal. I mean, you'll just come back and you'll try to rework it for the next play. An incomplete is really, it's a minor inconvenience in the run and shoot.
Yeah, I learned a long time ago when the run and shoot was put in the system here at UH. There's 3 things can happen when you throw a football. And 2 are good. I'm thinking, really? 2? Catch? You know, incomplete's a good thing. Wow. Not too many coaches will admit an incomplete pass is a good thing. Moniz, play action. Intended receiver Billy Ray Stutzman. They tried to get the defense to bite on a give to Iosefa. That will bring up 4th down in the field goal unit. Tyler Haddon, 1 missed field goal earlier in this football game. Now 3 for 8. This would be an attempt of 25 yards, 24 yards officially. Luke Ingram snapping. Tyler Haddon kicking off a hole by Shane Austin, and a field goal converted 31 to 14. 5:28 left in the 3rd quarter. This is University of Hawaii football on OC's successful field goal. Warriors lead the Aggies 31 to 14 with 5:28 left in that 3rd quarter. Back to receive the kickoff for the Warriors. One of the back men will be Curran Williams, who we have not yet seen come close to breaking one. As a matter of fact, special teams coverage for the Warriors, both punt and kickoff, has been exceptional.
Outstanding. Exactly.
And Williams standing at the 12. Warriors again on kickoff coverage at the 30-yard line, and they converge to make this stop. And the Aggies will get the ball back on offense. But first, let's check in with Lori Santi.
I would expect to see this Warrior defense with a little more hop in their step after the interaction. Coach Greg McMacken, after the Turbin touchdown, Robert, came over and laid into Zach Mash, missed an assignment, led to that touchdown, and said, hey, we got to finish this ball game. I need you guys to pay attention, to not be selfish, and to play some Team D here to finish up this ball game.
Thank you, Lori. Aggies will take over at the 30. We'll see if those words by the head coach gets this defense jacked up. Adam Kennedy in at quarterback, running some option to the outside. The pitch goes to Smith. He gets a pickup of maybe 8 yards. I didn't expect option from Adam Kennedy.
And interestingly enough, Smith was the backup running back. Down 3 scores, you think that Turbin would be the guy to be the main ball carrier in this situation.
Kennedy looking to throw again. Quick out. Completed pass to Chuck Jacobs. Knocked out of bounds by Hawaii linebacker Aaron Brown.
I'm impressed with the quick release of Kennedy. He gets the ball off real quick.
This changes everything. This is 2 completely different quarterbacks. Some pistol-like offense. Play action, fake, give to Turbin. Adam Kennedy looking down the sideline. Pass intended for Stanley Morrison. Defended. Mike Edwards, one of those defenders downfield. And Tank Hopkins.
A lot of play action. Great job by Tank Hopkins. Now he's a little upset. He thought he could have got an interception. He jumped a little early and it kind of caromed off his fingertips.
Yeah, Edwards came across backside late. John Hardy Tulio. Johnny on the spot as well. Utah State again goes option type offense with their quarterback. New quarterback in Kennedy, brought down by Corey Paredes.
And that is something we did not expect to see from Adam Kennedy. I mean, running the midline option at 6'5", 218 and running up the middle. Not what the Hawaii defense was prepared to see at all.
On third down, Aggies are 1-6 in this game. It's 3rd and 5 here. 3:57 left in the third quarter. Kennedy looking for an intended receiver who wasn't looking at the quarterback. Travis Van Leeuwen was breaking to the outside. Pass throw behind him by Kennedy. In fact, almost picked off.
That ball thrown late and behind. And a couple of Warriors. Mike Edwards, the last Warrior with a chance at it, and he's sick about it.
Stanley Morrison back at punter. He tried to fake one earlier, and they're going to try and fake one again, and they get a deflection. The pass was intended for a receiver at the 35-yard line, went off his hands, deflected and caught for a 24-yard pickup.
What a great play. I mean, we've seen this before. We saw Morrison come in and do a fake. The last time he intended to throw it and he ran for a first down. This time, the old tip drill.
Wagner was the intended guy.
Wagner's a linebacker. Come on.
And now a stuff on defense by John Hardy Tulio and Corey Paredes against Smith. So Stanley Morrison was in for Tyler Bennett. They were successful on a fake punt in the first half, and again successful here on third down. Can they capitalize? Now 2nd and 8 from the 29. Oh, it's been a blitz backside, and they get to Adam Kennedy, Art Laurel.
Sack number 8 for Art Laurel. I mean, this guy has really been a pleasant surprise out of Lelehua High School, coming off the edge. Beautiful. That was beautiful.
The surprising thing is Adam Kennedy held on to the football. That creates 3rd and 16. Utah State 1 for 7 third down conversions in this game. Kennedy, all kinds of time, looking down the sideline, has a receiver open, a defender closing, and a receiver holding onto the ball for a touchdown by Chuck Jacobs.
Wow, you got to credit Chuck Jacobs. That was a 37-yard strike. And Kennedy, Adam Kennedy, great protection, throws the ball a little behind Jacobs. Jacobs adjusting to that ball perfectly. And Kennedy may have given his team a little bit of a spark here. He's kind of a fiery guy.
You think Kennedy's jacked up here? It's a 48-yard run by Turbin, and now connects on a 37-yard pass to Chuck Jacobs. Josh Thompson, extra point is good.
And interestingly enough, that series, Robert Turbin was not in the game. Michael Smith took all the reps at running back.
Adam Kennedy in for the injured freshman quarterback. Look at that.
Nice ball. Great job of adjusting in the air. 2 defenders. He just worked his way in between both Torres and Edwards. And Kennedy again may have given this team a spark coming off the bench for the injured freshman Chucky Keaton, who we saw leave the game earlier with an injury, and our prayers again still out for Chucky Keaton, who is at the Queens Medical Center under observation. If we get any information, we will pass that on to everyone. But Adam Kennedy coming in, and boy, 6'5", 218, nice ball, nice throw.
So now it's become a ball game here. 31-21, 2:60 left here in the third quarter. Aggies answering with a new quarterback in Kennedy. Warriors answering with a couple of starters on offense out. As Edwards from the 3-yard line. Edwards across the 25 near the 30, and finally brought down at the 32-yard line.
And Edwards had a seam. Looked like Edwards could have taken that one a lot further and just had a run through on the backside. A nice special teams tackle.
We did have one preliminary update here in the third quarter on the injury to Clayton Laurel, Art's older brother, injured in that first half, plays left tackle. Our preliminary indication he's not going to return. That left arm may be broken.
Look at that graphic. Giving up 354 yards. They're leading the WAC in total defense, so doing a number on them, and doing a number on Iosefa is big Bobby Wagner.
Now look at this. That's Bobby Wagner delivers a big-time blow to Iosefa in that white backfield. Conference leader in tackles. Let's check in with Rob Dinello.
Robert, with the injuries to Royce Pollard and Justin Clapp not returning in the second half, one thing to keep your eye on, Trevor Davis has spent the last 2 defensive possessions or defensive drives messing with that left shoulder, trying to stretch it out. Something to keep your eye on. They haven't thrown to his side since that.
Thank you, Rob Dinello. Brian Moniz forced out of the pocket, looking for some action downfield. Gets none. Keeps it, tucks it, runs with it. Gets out of bounds near the 37, 38-yard line.
And that's got to be the most frustrating thing in the world for Utah State head coach Gary Anderson, who also serves as his own defensive coordinator. You do a great job breaking down the pocket. Everyone's covered, and then the quarterback runs for 8 yards.
That's disturbing for all defensive coaches, isn't it?
Oh, it's tough.
So on 3rd and 4, Iosefa at running back. Tackle bar, Ostrowski, slot back. Moniz quarterback draw. Moniz taken down. Flags flying yet again. Koskin, Levi Koskin, outside linebacker.
6'4", 250.
Holding. Offense number 69. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
Andrew Faumu.
And that's the second time they've got Faumu.
Now Faumu is 69. Left side guard. Yeah. Do.
Takedown.
Now he's in for Brett Leonard at guard. Alex Danaki, first punt attempt of the game, and the Warriors should get it back. Alex Danaki got put on his backside near the 20-yard line. They went after the punter, who's off the sideline for the first time in this game.
Nothing the kicker. Defense number 43. 15-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
Automatic 1st down. And for Danaki, I mean, that's got to hurt. You know, you haven't punted the entire game. Your legs are a little stiff. And the first time you come in, you get walloped.
Now, did Danaki sense the heat coming and then alter the way he gets it off? And then sell the acting job to get the penalty? That's pretty good.
Very good. Danaki, the Aussie.
I'll tell you what's crazy. Only 2 all season, 2 punts have been returned against the Warriors. That's tops in college football.
A combination of Danaki, hang time, and the coverage units.
Combined 13 yards. Warriors take over. Back to 47. 20s. Gets it off to Iosefa. Iosefa walks right through one would-be tackle, and then he got some shape for the Aggies.
And that shovel pass went for 15 yards, and that's something we haven't really seen them do. We haven't seen them perfect. And Iosefa, boy, as a freshman, he could really make something happen.
Now, with all eyes on Iosefa, Boje Filimoyatu put a hurt on Moniz. That shovel pass. Now 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Would that now be the end of the quarter? That clock took a little pause at 2. That's it. 3rd quarter is complete. 31-21. Warriors lead the Aggies. This is University of Hawaii football on OC Sports.